Yeah, hi guys. Am I audible? Looks like a couple of you are in the meeting. Rishabh, Tejal, Shrishti, are you guys around? Am I audible to you? Can you put the text in the chat if I'm audible to you? Good evening. Am I audible? Yeah, nice. All right. Yeah, good evening, Shrishti. Good evening, Rishabh. Good evening. Good evening, Tejal. How you guys are doing? It's been quite some time. I saw you guys. How are you? How is your preparation? How you guys are doing? Have you guys taken the mock on the weekend? Rishabh, Srishti, Tejal, have you guys taken the mock? Did you guys get time to take the mock on the weekend? And how's your preparation? How you guys are doing? Yeah, it's been okay, Rishabh. With me, it's been okay. So went through little tough times. Yeah, did mock. Very good, Srishti. That's good. What about you, Rishabh? Have you taken the mock? What about you, Tejal? So you have difficulty in typing, Tejal? You did on Sunday. Very good. Very good. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. All right. So that's good. Yeah. Fine. So let's get started. So without too much of discussion, let's get started and then we will discuss some later stage because after this class we may have to do quickly another class. We will get some time between. So then we will catch up. So we will try and catch up in between that. Good. Good to know that you guys are doing good. So here we go. So let me quickly introduce myself. Most of you know me. So who is Sumit? Kumar has joined. Okay, welcome, Mr. Sumit. Yeah, I'm Belvi Srinivas. So I've been training students since 2007. That's about 14 years now. So in various capacities, I trained students, I trained trainers, designed courses. So did multiple stuff in the 14 years. But one thing I developed is how to train students effectively in the area of QA, DI, and yeah, that's something. Yeah, but I'm equally comfortable when it comes to VRC skills as well. So this is the Telegram group into which you can join. So for shorter discussions or brief counseling, so all those kind of needs, you can join this particular Telegram group, which could be kind of easy for us to discuss few things off the lecture. All right. So yes. So most of you know, so Unacademy offers two kinds of subscriptions, Plus and Star, which is nothing but iconic subscription. Plus gives you exposure to structured courses, the tests, all that stuff, and iconic in addition to the one-to-one, in addition to the structured courses, it also gives you to interact with your mentors in one-to-one capacity by setting up the meetings. All your meetings can be with respect to anything. It can be about test guidance, it can be about preparation plan, it can be about form filling, it can be about mock interviews, any of this. Any of this is what we mean by one-to-one interactions can be set up to discuss them. Yes, so since most of you are those who are attending the lectures at CAT 21, you can check out for this last miles course. And there are two courses for the last mile. There is another one which was launched last week. You can check it out. So maybe some of it could be exciting to you. Yes, so on all these subscriptions, whatever the subscriptions that you are looking at, you do get 10% discount if you use any of the educator code, including my code, right? Yeah. So if you're looking for any subscription, just in case, I rather prefer go for iconic subscription of shortest period whatever, because quite handful of one-to-one interactions will certainly help you stepping into the future, because still from now till about March you might require a good amount of talking with the mentors. So that's something that you can kind of look to. Good that, so because I interacted with 3 4 of you except Sumit, so others have confirmed that you guys are taking the test regularly. That is pretty encouraging. Continue that momentum. Meanwhile, so let's get into the lecture now. So what we are doing here is we will take again the maxima minima. So we are doing algebra on this particular platform, which we started last month. We will continue for some more time, maybe till we get little more inputs, especially the CAT kind of models is what we are kind of looking at. Let's take a look at some of the models today. Yes, but then we will be referring to some of the AM greater than GM concept, right? AM greater than GM greater than HM. That is one of the concept already we tried to explore in one of the lectures. Today also kind of trying to explore more on those particular lines as well. Not exactly that. There are a few other models that I'll speak about. Maybe towards the end, we will come and do the applications of this. Meanwhile, let's look at some of the very typical CAT question types with respect to equations. Let's kind of take a look at this. This is one of the CAT questions. If I am writing a star is I'm changing this data. That's it. This data I might have changed. Otherwise, the rest of it remains same. How many of you have done 11th standard math here? Why don't you guys put it in the chat? How many of you have done 11th standard math? You have taken math as a course during your 11th and 12th. Okay. Rishav has done, Tejal has done, all of you. Srishti has done. What about you, Sumit? Mr. Sumit Kumar. Are you there in the meeting? Not. Okay, if you guys are on the device where you can type in a little bit, it is always good. Okay, so always use the device where you can kind of interact. Otherwise, it looks more like a monologue. You are not able to interact. You are only able to hear me out or see me. Instead, it's always good if you use the device, whatever the device, doesn't matter, mobile, tab, laptop, really desktop, doesn't matter. But be on a device where you can kind of type in as well. That would make a lot of sense. Okay, fine. So then I will give 1 minute of reflection time, right? I will give 1 minute of reflection time. Why don't you try this particular classic question, right? It was a CAT question also. So these are all classic algebra questions, pretty classic ones. Why don't you try this out? X plus 1 by x is equal to root 2. What's the value of x raised to power 24, x raised to power 28, etc., etc., right? So you guys can try it for a minute. That kind of sets the momentum for this model as we go along. You guys can set it up. So by the time we do 2 questions, you will all get pretty comfortable. But try it out just for a minute, just to understand that, yeah, what did I do in the 11th standard about this? Maybe it is a little unlikely if you have done before 11th, but 11th standard math, if you have done it, you will be able to recall and do this classic question. Hi, Tamanna. Hello. Welcome. Join in. Okay, fine. So let's do that. I just allowed you to think. Don't worry. The moment I tell you, will be able to recall what is happening out here. It's just a matter of time to recall that fact. So here we go. X plus 1 by x is equal to root 2. That's what is given. Find the value of x power 24, so on, about 5 terms of this particular series. Okay. Yeah. First thing is notice the gap. All right. First thing, all right. Now, so just recall what are the elements that your teachers wanted you to notice out here. First thing is notice the gap. Some more often the series will have certain static gap, right? So 4 here, this is again increasing by 4, right? Plus 4, whatever. So powers are going in the stages of 4 kind. Okay. So for this, either you should get to know what is x power 4. So get to know the x power 4. At the same time, x raised to power 24 is also a multiple of 4, right? So therefore, either try to get the value of x power 4, what can be the value, rational number, real number, imaginary number, whatever it is, try to get x power 4 or the factor of x power 4. What are the factors? X square, factor of 4. Technically, what I'm trying to say is factor of 4. Factor of 4 is 2 or the factor of 4 is 1, right? So try to get the value of either x power 1 or x power 2 or x power 4. These are the 3 values. So any of this is fine. If I get to know x square, I can find out x power 24. How do you find out x power 24? X power 24 is nothing but x square times of 12. Right? This is something that you can kind of write it. So now this is what the first thing, already one of the things your teachers wanted you to understand. Now knowing this, take help of this equation to arrive at either the value of x or the value of x square or the value of x power 4, whatever kind of makes sense. Okay. So keeping this in mind, basically I want either x or x square or x power 4. Why don't I square this particular function? Square it. So if I square it, x square, plus 1 divided by x whole square plus 2 times of a into b, that is x into 1 by x, is equal to root 2 whole square, which would become 2. So what did I do? I squared on both the sides, right? So this plus is not there, my friend. Okay, I squared on both the sides, x plus 1 by x whole square, and is equal to root 2. I squared on both the sides. This is what I get. So from here, x and 1 by x get cancelled. Here you can say that x square plus 1 divided by x square is also equal to 0. Now, this 0 condition is another important condition. Somewhere your teachers would have said that, hey, try and work it out something to be 0. All right, if you can work it out to 0, all right, that will help you to do the question faster. First thing is, notice if there is a trend in the powers. Notice if there is a numerical trend, number one. Second thing is, whenever you are trying to get either the value of x or x square or x power 4, right, whichever it is, either you want to get x or x square or x power 4. The second thing is, hey, try and get somewhere this particular 0. No constant. Try to get a 0. That is something they said. You struggle to get 0. It is not that in every equation you will be able to get 0. Not necessary. But try and get a 0 in these kind of equations. That is another thing that they would have said. Now what do? Square to now multiply throughout by x square, multiply throughout by x square, x power 4 plus 1 is equal to 0. What did I do? I multiplied throughout by x square, both sides, by x square. From here, you understand that x power 4 is equal to minus 1. Therefore, you get x power 4 is equal to minus 1. Now you go back and evaluate the given function. Now you can go back and evaluate this. So in the sense, now I will go back to this and we will evaluate using the value. Thereby, we get the value as 1, right? So we get the value as 1. X power 4 is nothing but minus 1. X power 4, x power 24 is x power 4 raised to power 6. This is x power 4 raised to power 7. This is x power 4 raised to power 8 and 9 and 10. X power 4 raised to power 9 and x power 4 raised to power 10. So these are the values that we have. So now you are plugging the value as minus 1, etc. So this is minus 1 raised to power 6 becomes positive. Minus 1 raised to power 7 becomes negative. Minus 1 raised to power 8, positive 1. Minus 1 raised to power 9, negative. So finally you have minus 1 raised to power 10. The output is nothing but 1. So 1 becomes the output. See, there are the two elements. What are the two things your teachers try to say? Try and notice if there is any trend here. That's one. Sometimes there may not be trends. I agree with you. They are the deeper functions. So that's number one. Number two is try and get a 0. Try and get a 0 so that serves your kind of purpose. Okay, is it making sense? Could you recall these two things? And many more things are there. So we will see that as we process. Guys, am I audible now? Am I audible? Is this clear? The audio is clear now? Audio is clear? Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right, guys. Fine. So let's continue. Thanks for being patient. Yes. Yeah. Let's continue. I have to take the tech help because here it sound is very high. Yeah. That then you reduce it. No, Sumit. I don't know. Maybe some decibel levels the tech team has just connected because it could be the issue. Because from my side it is fine. So maybe the interface issue, something in between. So that you can adjust the sound, the decibels speaker at your end. That could be the easy way to handle this. Okay, great. All right, yeah. So someone from the team could help me. Thank you. All right, so let's get started. Let's go in here. This was fine. So you got the 2 points. Basically, I was talking about 2 points. And who else? Guys, why don't you confirm others other than Rishabh and Sumit? Not about the noise. I'm talking about the question. Let's come back to the question. Let's not talk about the noise and sound. That's confirmed. It is good. So I'm talking the concept. 2 points about the concept is clear. Are we good to go deeper quickly? Are the 2 points clear to all of you? Other than Rishabh and Sumit? Yeah. All right. Srishti is also joining, saying that she's fine. Okay, so I'm hoping that Tejal is also good with this. Fine. So let's go in here. Let's go in here. Why don't we try this particular question? Go ahead, guys. 1 minute. Try this particular question. Very similar to the previous question. 2 points to keep in mind. Notice the trend and try to figure out one of the values. Put it to 0 and try to figure out the trend and complete this. Go ahead, everybody. Go ahead. Go ahead and answer this particular question. Take a minute and resolve. Okay, fine. Let's do it together. If I give a little more time, it's just the moment we get into it, you'll be able to resolve it. Don't worry. So let's get started. Let's do it together so that once we do a little more questions, so you'll be able to recall. It's a pretty simple concept, which CAT keeps repeatedly asking these kind of questions from equations. Let's take a look at this. Hey, the gap seems to be 6, and the first number is also a multiple of 6. So therefore, you may want to get what is x power 6. Or you may want to get what is x cube, or you may want to get what is x square, or x power 1. Any of these are fine with us. So let's take this. What I do on this is I will do a cube function. I will do a cube function. You may wonder why not a square function, right? Why not a square function? You will understand it in a while, because once it's your first step is you do a square function, but you are not getting a 0. That's a point. Okay, let me show that to you. So you might do the square it on both the sides. Say this plus is coming there accidentally. Yeah, square it on both the sides. So you will say x square plus 1 by x plus 2 is equal to 3. Therefore, you say that x square plus 1 by x square is equal to 1. And this does not help me. By getting this one, it's not going to help me, because I rather want to get it as, all right, I rather want to get it as a 0. That's a point here. I don't want a 1 here. I want to get it as a 0. If I want to get it as a 0, try cubing, because the square is something that you know. Cubing is something that you know. Okay, the square, I am not getting a comfortable result. Try and cube it and see if you are getting a comfortable result. This is what you kind of do, all right, in the exam. So one of this. So therefore you got x power 6, x cube or x square. X square, I'm not comfortable there. Try and see x cube. Will you get a little comfortable out there? Let's try this. Cube on both the sides. Cube this particular function on both the sides. Cube this and cube this. All right, you get this as x cube plus 1 by x cube plus 3 times of x into 1 by x times of x plus 1 by x. All of you know what we are writing here, which is also equal to cube root of whole cube. That technically becomes 3 root 3. Okay, this x gets cancelled. So therefore you have x cube plus 1 divided by x cube is also equal to, from here. So you say that, hey, what is x plus 1 by x? This is called resubstitution, isn't it? Resubstitution. X plus 1 by x is nothing but root 3 itself. It's a resubstitution. That's one of the important things in algebra. At times we kind of resubstitute. Okay, plus, let me write it one more step. This is 3 and this is resubstitution, which gives me root 3, which is also equal to my right hand side, which is 3 root 3. 3 root 3, 3 root 3 cancel. Therefore you say that x cube plus 1 divided by x cube is equal to 0. You wanted a 0 function there, you wanted a 0 there, you got that particular 1 0. Now cube both the sides throughout, multiply throughout by x cube, because I don't want this in the denominator. It becomes x power 6 plus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore x power 6 is equal to minus 1. You get the value of x power 6 minus 1. Come back and substitute. This one will become minus 1 raised to power 4, because x power 6 is x power 6 raised to power 4, right? Minus 1. So this is minus 1 raised to power 5. This is minus 1 raised to power 6, minus 1 raised to power 7, minus 1 raised to power 8. Now this is what you kind of getting. These fellows gets cancelled. Only thing that is left is minus 1 raised to power 8, which is nothing but 1. All right, pretty simple question. What I'm trying to say is, look at it. Try to get this 0 either by squaring or by cubing. Do some function so that you kind of get a 0 there. From that 0, we'll be able to evaluate something. Message is clear, my friends. Clear? Message is clear, everybody. Is the message clear? There is no one standard method. By squaring you get, or by cubing you get. How do you do it? Only then you will get to know. Start doing it. If the square doesn't work, do cube. Do something so that you kind of get a 0, because you are moving with a direction. You kept a direction that I want to get a 0. Have the direction and move towards the direction. If the direction is missing, that's when the problem starts. Which means if you forget that, hey, I want a 0 here, or like that you forget, then there is a problem, right? Yes, Rishabh, you can do double squaring, triple squaring, all of that. It will take time. That would take time, right? But the idea is, the method is, you get a 0, it becomes faster. Try to get a 0, it becomes faster. Got it? Everybody got it? Could you guys quickly confirm? Understood? Yeah. Yeah, if you guys type in and confirm, it is always better. Okay, so type in and confirm, it is always better. Great. All right. So at least Rishabh and Tamanna are confirming. I'm hoping that others are also fine with it. You might have problem typing. Okay, let's go to another question. Good, Sumit. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, since most of you have a little bit of math background, it should not be very difficult to understand, because all this you would have done in the 11th standard. Yeah, let's take up this beautiful cat question. So I'll give about a minute's time, try and answer this particular question. Okay, let's do it. Two methods. There are two approaches. It's okay to know both of them. I will just expose you to both of them. So what we know is the one standard method we know, the gap is 6 between them, and this number is also a multiple of 6. Therefore, I can either get x power 6, or I can get x cube, or I can get x square. That's nothing but the factors of 6. Or I can get the value of x. Thereby, I'll be able to evaluate this particular function. Either ways, it is fine. See, one way of looking at this, you look at this particular function. So x squared, add 2 on both the sides. Add 2 on both the sides. This is called adjusting things, right? Add 2 on both the sides. I can rewrite this function like this. Now, these are called adjustments in algebra. It's very, very important. Whenever you get stuck, check if I can adjust something from where the trigger comes. So we can see a perfect square here, right? X square is there, 1 by x square is there. So if I add both, I can write this left hand side as x plus 1 by x whole square. It's very important, right? X plus 1 by x whole square is equal to 3. Therefore, x plus 1 by x is equal to plus or minus root 3. We already evaluated the value x plus 1 by x, which the previous slide was just about x plus 1 by x is equal to root 3. That was the previous slide. From here, we arrived at x power 6 is equal to minus 1. This is what we did in the previous slide. If you see, this question was about that. X plus 1 by x is equal to root 3 implies what? X power 6 is equal to minus 1. Maybe if you are in doubt, hey, answer that. None of the answer says that cannot be determined. So therefore, probably for minus 6 also it yields the same results. In the sense, what I'm trying to say is, what if I take x plus 1 by x is equal to minus root 3. Even if you take minus root 3 and again you cube it on both the sides, all that stuff, right? All that you do, you still get the value as still get the value of x power 6 is equal to minus 1. Same thing you will get, same thing, ditto you will get. Things get cancelled and you get ditto same thing out there. If you want, I can show it here. I cube on both the sides, this you cube and this you cube with the minus sign, of course. Along with the minus sign, you cube it, it will become x cube plus 1 divided by x cube plus 3 times of x into 1 by x times of x plus 1 by x is also equal to minus 3 root 3. Why? Because cubing a negative number will still have a negative sign there, minus 3 root 3. Hey, what is the value of this? The value of this is minus root 3. The value of this is minus root 3 because that's what you said. X plus 1 by x is nothing but minus root 3, right? So therefore you are getting minus root 3. X and x cancel. This is 3 minus root 3. This gets cancelled, and hence again you ended up at the same situation where you said x plus 1 by x cube is equal to 0. Therefore it results in x power 6 is equal to minus 1. You plug those values, you get the overall output as minus 1. That is one way, which we already kind of explored. But the point here is that this adjustment is very, very important. In algebra, we got to look at certain things and start adjusting. That is very important there, right? That's number one. Number two, the second one, substitution, which means again reverse substitution. We kind of substitute back what we kind of have. That is another important method. Let's explore that, because having these thoughts is important. Which method we work in the exam, or these are all standard thoughts. What thoughts work in the exam that we don't know. So therefore, it's good to know certain methods when it comes to algebra. Let's take a look at this. What is the other one I was talking about? Just multiply throughout by x squared, this particular function. It becomes x power 4 plus 1 is also equal to x squared. What did I do? I just multiplied this function throughout by x squared. This plus is coming extra, don't worry. So multiply throughout by x squared, it will become x squared plus 1 is equal to x squared. Rewrite this. What do you mean by rewrite? I am writing this as x squared is equal to x power 4 is equal to x squared minus 1. Okay. Now I'm looking at this function, multiply throughout, again adjustment, multiply throughout by x squared. You will understand why. All right, you will understand because you got to see a little bit of future of this particular equation. Let's see that. So let's say that x squared. So you are rewriting this as x power 6 is equal to x power 4 minus x square. What did I do? I simply multiplied throughout by x square. So this particular equation I multiplied by x square, it became x power 6 is equal to x power 4 minus x square. Fair enough. What is x power 4? Resubstitute. X power 4 is also nothing but x square minus 1. Therefore, why shouldn't I substitute for this? X power 4 is x square minus 1. X square minus 1, and retain the other things as it is. X power 6 minus x square. So x minus x square plus x square cancel. Therefore, x power 6 is equal to minus 1. This is nothing but back reverse substitution. Whatever you had, you kind of go ahead and reverse substitute. Now, these are the two, no matter what, these adjustments and reverse substitution are some of the important techniques we kind of use in algebra. Okay, my points are clear. I solved it by two methods and I've shown it, and both are kind of important. Knowing these techniques are important. It's a technique. Basically, these are the techniques to which we must be aware of. Which technique we use, don't know, but the techniques are missing in the basket, then there is a problem. If the techniques are missing, then there is a problem in algebra. Understanding this, clear about this? I'm not talking anything beyond CAT models, my friend. These are all some of the important CAT models which we should know. All these are important CAT models, right? This is the basic that they expect from algebra. Pretty basics, right? Some of the basics any management student technically, already IIMs expect, top IIMs expect, other management these schools expect or not is a different stuff. But top IIMs certainly expect this kind of algebra, basic algebra they expect, right? Because when you take finances, etc., you have a lot of equations to solve. It's very essential there. Okay, other than Rishabh and Devanshu, are others following what I'm talking to, what I'm talking here? Are others following? Yeah. Guys, why don't you confirm other than Rishabh and Devanshu? Okay, Sumit is fine. Okay. Good. All right, this brings us to another model. Most of you are math students, right? Most of you are math students. I don't know, somebody by name Archit has joined in between, Kunal has joined. Okay, I'm assuming that you guys also kind of 11th standard math, if you have taken, you will be able to answer this question. Why don't you guys try it? Those who have taken 11th standard math. Otherwise, I don't expect. I will tell you how we go about this. But if you have taken math in the 11th standard, you should be able to address this particular issue. Try this issue. Try and recall what your teachers have said about this. It's more about the method. Very standard questions asked in CAT from algebra equations. Okay, let me ask you a question. How many of you remember sum of the cube root of unity in complex numbers? Sum of the cube root of unity. What is it? What is the value? What is the sum of the cube root of unity? If you want me to recall, something like this would have written 1 plus omega square is equal to, what is it? What is it? What is sum of the cube root of unity? 1 plus omega square. This from algebra, complex numbers. In the 11th standard, you would have a chapter by name complex numbers. That's why I'm saying that, okay, those who are in the 11th, those who have done math from 11th standard math will be able to answer this faster. Because yeah, under that, while doing this, they would have taught some of these approaches, right? 1 plus omega square, sum of the cube root of unity is 0, right? That is 0. Okay, yeah. So nevertheless, that's a little bit of complex numbers. You may wonder from where this complex number has sneaked in. Yes, it will sneak in. All these are CAT questions only. I'm not trying to teach complex number, etc. They will not get into the complex number per se. So what they meant is something like this. Listen to me very, very carefully out here. X plus 1 by x is equal to minus 1. Okay, from here, you just multiply throughout by x. This is another model that we are trying to discuss out here. So this is actually pretty standard result. Those who have done the 11th standard
standard math, one look at it, you knew what is the value of x, because it's a standard result your teachers want you to mug it up and remember, because a lot of applications could have been dealt based on that. So therefore already you kind of remember this particular result, therefore you would have answered this question within 10 seconds technically. But nevertheless, let me help you to recall this, because this is something that you should remember. It's a very standard result. What I do, multiply throughout by x, you will get this as x squared plus 1 is equal to minus x. What did I do? I multiplied throughout this equation by x. You get this. From here you say that x squared plus x plus 1 is equal to 0. This is what you get. Okay, what do I do with this? Nothing. So again, the algebra says this is nothing but 1 plus omega square. That is 1 plus x square is equal to 0. This is where it strikes the cube root of unity. That is where that word strikes your mind. Nothing but, let me explain this. What is the cube root of unity you are talking about? Something like this. X cube minus 1 cube. That is x cube minus 1. X cube minus 1 cube is nothing but x minus 1 times of x square plus x plus 1. This is the identity. I'm talking about identity. X cube minus 1 as an identity I'm talking. I'm just writing for x cube minus 1 cube for the sake of faster understanding, right? Yeah, x cube minus 1 cube is equal to x minus 1 times of something like this. Fair enough. So what does it? So, but then this result is 0. Who said? Author only said x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0. 0 into anything is 0. Therefore, you are technically trying to tell me that x cube, I'm just bringing this down as it is, x cube minus 1 is equal to 0. Nothing but x cube is equal to 1. So this implies x cube is equal to 1. This is what you are trying to tell me. X cube is equal to 1. X cube is equal to 1. Plug this here. Therefore, this number is nothing but x cube raised to power. Alright, now this x cube raised to power 4, x cube raised to power 14. Right, yeah. Similarly, all these numbers, that is 1 raised to power 14, 1 raised to power something. Therefore, this result is 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Therefore, the result is nothing but 5. Guys, did you understand this, what I did? Did you understand what I did? Is this clear to all of you? Understood. This is the trigger point. Basically, this is the trigger. This should work like a trigger. This should work like a trigger. Right, from here you get the x cube is equal to 1. It has 3 roots. Basically, I'm trying to say, when somebody says x cube is equal to 1, it has 3 roots. Some of those 3 roots are 0. It has 3 roots. When you write x cube is equal to 1, it's a cubic equation, isn't it? X cube is equal to 1 means x has 3 roots. It has 3 roots, out of which one is real. The other 2 are imaginary. That's what you mean by omega and omega square. 1 plus omega square is equal to 0. That's the sum of the cube roots of unity. Okay, I don't want to get into the complex number per se. Let's leave that. So probably already you might have understood the standard golden result your teachers wanted you to understand is this. Hey, if x plus 1 by x is equal to minus 1, if x plus 1 by x is equal to minus 1, then x cube is equal to 1. Then x cube is equal to 1. They don't say that x is equal to 1. They say x cube is equal to 1, because x can be imaginary also. It has 3 roots, out of which one is real, the other 2, one is rational, one is real, the other 2 are imaginary. They always wanted you to remember, given this is true. This is a very golden standard result. All right, yeah, that's point number 1. Point number 2, having understood this, now all of you work on this particular question. Since you understood my previous question, you got what I'm trying to do here. Pretty much similar question here, very similar question. Try your hands on this particular question. Everybody push yourself. At least those who did 11th standard math, you don't have a choice. This is where a little bit of math background can help. But for others also. Now you know. Therefore, even if you don't have a math background, it helps. What big deal about it? Very little bit of algebra comes in CAT. So where it kind of appears that there is a lot of math. There is not a lot of math. Yeah, go ahead. Everyone try this for about a minute. Good. All right. All right. All right. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Well, let's take a look at this. All right. Let's take a look at this again. Again. All right. Now, just whenever you have this 1 or minus 1 type, multiply throughout by x, you get x square. X square plus 1 is equal to x. What did I do? I just multiplied this throughout by x to start with. Of course, you have an idea on this particular function, no doubt about this. You will always have an eye on that function. The first points remain same. And now, therefore, having understood that point, we are trying to say that what is this importance of plus and minus 1? That's what we are trying to evaluate out here. Okay, from here you would say that hey, x square minus x plus 1 is equal to 0. Now this reminds you about x cube plus 1 cube. X cube plus 1 cube can be written as x plus 1 times of x square minus x plus 1, of which x square minus x plus 1 is equal to 0. Substitute because that is 0. 0 times of x plus 1 is nothing but this particular result, which is x cube plus 1. Therefore, this entire thing is 0. 0 into anything is 0. Therefore, x cube plus 1 is equal to 0 implies x cube is equal to minus 1. Two standard results to remember. If x plus 1 by x is equal to minus 1, then x cube is equal to 1. This is one result. The second one, if x plus 1 by x is equal to 1, then you say that x cube is equal to minus 1. X cube is equal to minus 1, right? X cube is equal to minus 1. These are the two standard results any algebra teacher asks you to remember, and which kind of tested in CAT, because some of these are pretty basic that we are kind of talking about. So now, having understood that that is minus 1, you understand that this value would become minus 1, this value is minus 1, this value is plus 1, this is minus 1, this is plus 1. Like this, hang on, what am I doing here? Right, sorry, all are 3, yeah. All are even, plus 1s only, all are plus 1 only. So because it is minus 1 raised to, that is x cube raised to power 14, right, 14, and the next one is nothing but 16 x cube raised to power 16. Therefore all are 1s only, so therefore it all becomes plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. The result becomes 5. The result therefore will become 5. Okay, so what is that, Gaurav? So we assume that x cube minus x plus 1 is 0. We don't assume, we get it, no? We get it, no? So after solving this, don't we get that, Gaurav? X cube plus 1 is equal to x means what? X cube minus x plus 1 is equal to 0. I just wrote it in the order so that it will help me to help you to understand this. That's it. Right? It is, we are not assuming anything there. We are not assuming. We are deriving. We are arriving at it. Right? We are arriving at it. Okay? We don't assume anything. We can't assume things. No assumptions. Yeah. Good. All right. So that should have made some sense. Who is joined as Beast? Is this Kushagra? I think Ankita is joined. Abhinav. Is Kushagra joined as Beast? As usual, you have some 3-4 nicknames. Yeah. All right. So here comes another one. So let's try this. Now all of you take a minute. All of you take a minute and seriously try this particular question. Go ahead. Everyone try this particular question. At least those who were there from the beginning, you should be able to answer this. Okay. Good. All right. Some right answers, some wrong answers. Okay. Marked wrong, no worries. That's all right. Yeah, I think you got the right answer, then it is fine. Rishab. Okay, so fine. So let's square it on both the sides, square it on both the sides. So you get it as x plus 1 by x plus 2 is equal to 3. This is what you get. What did I do? I just squared on both the sides. I squared it and I squared it. When I square it on both the sides, you open the bracket, you get x plus 1 by x is nothing but this. Therefore, you get to the standard result. X plus 1 by x is equal to 1. So we already know the standard on this. I already marked the standards. I asked you to remember these two, right? So minus 1 and plus 1 here. When you get this as a plus 1, you know that x cube is nothing but minus 1. So if you remember those standard results, you understand that, hey, x cube is equal to minus 1. Therefore, x cube is equal to minus 1. So you can come back to this particular function. This is x cube raised to power 7 plus 1 divided by x cube raised to power 7. So therefore, this becomes minus 1 plus of 1 divided by minus 1. These are the results that you are trying to write. Essentially, it becomes minus 2. All right, B is the answer. See, this is where kind of knowing certain standard functions can help us to arrive at the answer little faster, right? Yeah, there is little faster. Devanshu is saying that there is a lag. Are you guys facing any lag between audio video? Is there a lag between audio video? Devanshu is saying lag. No, right? There is no lag. Yeah. Yeah, just figure it out maybe at your end because others are saying no lag. Yeah, because I tested, because if there is a lag, then probably I might have to check on my system at my end. So if somebody is saying no lag, which implies that it could be at your end, right? So one of these, let's either the receiver side or the speaker side. So just check it out, check it out. All right, all right. Coming to this, all right, let's do one more model and then we will go for a break. So two things we discussed. So one is a couple of standard functions in the beginning, and then we did another type. There are two types that we kind of did. Let's go another particular type. Minimum value of all those who attended a class in which we did AM greater than GM. While doing this particular class, we also explored about, hey, x plus 1 by x for all positive real values of x. X plus 1 by x is greater than 2. So I think most of you attended this particular lecture. So those are at least have seen this particular lecture. So if you have seen this particular lecture, use this concept to answer this particular question. Take a minute, everybody take a minute and check. This is a cat question. So I just changed the values pretty much. All right, now this is a cat question almost as it is. I just changed numbers. I just changed these numbers, 7, 25, 1. These numbers I changed. Otherwise, there were some different numbers, but pretty much the same cat question. Go ahead, everybody, try and resolve this. It is not greater than or equal to, yeah, greater than or equal to, whatever. Yes. Go ahead, everybody, try this particular question. Take a minute. All those who attended AM, GM, you should be able to answer this question. All right, there is a standard approach to this. Again, listen to me. All right, now these are pretty standard approaches of algebra, which one should be aware just because it comes in CAT. Simple. All right, now, so why I should be aware? Because it comes in CAT. IIMs feel that knowing this algebra is important if you have to do certain courses at IIMs. That's the point. Because they don't ask us something which they feel that it is useless for the people already who join the program. They feel that it is going to be useful one or the other way based on their courses that you take or the electives that you take you may need. Therefore, they feel that knowing certain algebra is important, and this is one of the models that they are interested in. In this model, what you do is I always trigger is the denominator. What you do on the denominator is put x plus 1 is equal to some other value called as k or a, whatever you want to call it. Call x plus 1 is equal to a. Therefore, x plus 7, I'm writing x plus 7. I'm saying this, let x plus 1 be equal to a. What is that x plus 1? Denominator. Don't look at numerator. First look at the denominator of this and then call that function as a, k, call whatever you want to call. Call something. Basically, all I'm trying to say is call it something other than whatever is given, right? That's the whole thing. You called it as k. Therefore, x plus 7 is equal to a plus 6. And x plus 25 is equal to a plus 24, right? Substitute. Now come back and substitute. Wherever x plus 7 is there, write it as a plus 6. X plus 25, write it as a plus 24, right? And divide this by a. Alright, wherever x plus 1 is there, write it as a. Now go to the numerator, expand it. It would now become a square plus, alright, a square plus 30 times of a plus 24 into 6, which becomes 144. Whole of it divided by a. Now reorganize this. A square divided by a, I can write it as a. 144 divided by a, I will write beside this so that we'll be able to understand it better. Plus 30. 30 is a constant. I cannot maximize or minimize since x is positive. So this is what I can maximize or minimize. Since he wants the minima, I want to get the minimum value of this particular function. Now this is of the form what we learned here some time back. We said that if x plus 1 by x is greater, x plus 1 by x is greater than or equal to 2. At the same time, we also kind of learned in that particular lecture that x plus k by x, x plus k by x will be greater than or equal to 2 root k. We kind of explored this as well. All this comes from am greater than gm. I asked you to remember both. This anyway we remember. This also comes very, very handy in CAT. I asked you to remember that as well. I can do it once again, but might not be required because in that particular lecture I spent sufficient time. You can go back to previous algebra lectures to explore this thought where we talked about maximum, minima, am greater than gm kind of. So we'll use this. Therefore, you write this as 2 root 144. This value should be greater than or equal to 2 root 144 plus 30. Plus 30. What is 2 root 144? This should be greater than or equal to 24. Minimum is 24. It can be 30, it can be 50, it can be 1 billion also. Minimum is 24. And I'm adding 30 to this. And I'm adding 30 to this. Therefore, the overall result is 30 plus minimum of 24, which becomes 54. All of you understood, my friends? All of you understood what I'm talking? All of you understood? Method is clear. You have to trigger. The trigger is denominator. Trigger is denominator. Call it as some other variable and rewrite whole of it in terms of that variable and then find maximum minimum. Then you apply this concept of am greater than or equal to gm, out of which these are the two standard results we have under am greater than gm. Comfortable? Everyone comfortable? Making sense? Are you getting this, what I'm trying to say? Everybody, are you getting this? Quickly confirm. You're all getting this? Yeah? Good. Others, other than Rishabh, Sumit, don't lag. Try to be in sync with the lecture. Okay, good. Gaurav is also clear. Okay. Srishti, can we do it by differentiation? Yeah, you can. You can. Why not? Why not? All maximum minima can be solved by calculus. Right? Yeah, we can do. We can do. But for that also you have to regroup this. Right? Yeah, you have to regroup this. Not this is the easiest approach than calculus. So this is easier than calculus. Honestly, this is easier than calculus. Doing the derivative on this would take maybe same time or more time. This is the easiest approach. Okay? That's my view. That's my view. Yeah. Yeah, rather than going by calculus, that's my view. This is the easiest approach. Therefore, we learn it under algebra more often. Even in schools, 11th standard, we learn this under algebra. Fair enough. Try this. Try this. Try this as a homework. Try this as a homework and plug the answer. Very similar to the previous question. There is nothing to teach in this. All right, I'm sure. All right, if you want to do it, take a minute, do it. Finish the take a minute, do it. 1 minute, give me the answer, guys. 1 minute, give me the answer. Fast. You know the approach. Just assume the denominator as something, k or whatever, and then finish the deal. Yeah, okay, I think you would have got this. Yeah, you would have got this simple one. Keep x plus 4 is equal to a, b, whatever you want to call this. Therefore, x plus 8 can be written as a plus 4. X plus 13 can be written as a plus 9. That's right, that's right. I'm getting the answers, whatever you're writing. Denominator is a. So once you do this, numerator is a square, all right, plus 36 plus, all right, 13a divided by a. Regroup this, you will get this as a plus 36 by a. That's on one hand, plus 13 on the other hand. When you do this, this will be greater than or equal to 2 root 36 plus 13. Right, so therefore you say that this is greater than or equal to 12 plus 13. Therefore, the minimum value has to be 25. Pretty simple question. I hope all of you got this. And you guys, did you learn something, some concepts today? Quickly, you kind of revised from your algebra. Those who have done 11th standard math, did it help? What I tried to quickly summarize, did it help? All are 3 CAT models. I just took 3 types of questions today. All 3 are pretty much very popular CAT models on the kind of equations that we kind of try to solve. All right, okay. So what we do is, hey, we will regroup maybe after 5 minutes time and come back and do some of the other questions. And if you have liked this particular video, quickly put that like and share it with others. Like this video and write your comments, whatever the short comments that you want to write. So we have another lecture coming up in about 5 minutes time. All right, it is kind of technically about 5 minutes time, but you can have a quick cup of coffee or tea and then join me just about 6:05, 6:07, 6:08, kind of around that 2 or 3 minutes, kind of join me there. I will see you in about 5-6 minutes time. Right, bye till then. Bye till then. So meanwhile, you can have a cup of coffee and write a short feedback of this particular lecture. I'm signing off. Let me also have a cup of coffee and come back. All right, great guys. See you again in 5 minutes. Bye.